Welcome to the Free Idea Podcasteroni with your host and me once again in Austin's traffic. My traffic has elongated. It's longer, girthier, and larger than ever. I do an hour and 10 minutes now. Before, it was between an incredible lucky day, 40 minutes. Usual typical day, 50 to an hour. Now, on an incredible day, I do, I guess, an hour. And in an okay bad day-ish like now, an hour, 10 minutes. Ooh, wee. Why? Because I live somewhere else. No longer in my apartments. I'm a homeowner. Boo. I am a landlord by definition. I own the land, the my feet and my booty poop. I own the land, but the government owns my home, and it will always own my home, Mr. Government. That's how home ownership goes. But damn, am I loving it, and I'm here just to brag about it. It's incredible. And if you haven't been in a home over yet, wait till you try. Incredible, I say. First of all, and it's not what you think. The garage door is right there. I can just park and open my car and get all them groceries out and be right there at the fridge, right there. And before, I had to carry this big heavy water cases to the second floor. Anything I wanted to, second floor. Anything I wanted to go get from the car because I forgot, second floor. Gotta work those stairs, my boy. And those legs were nice and thick. But I didn't want to do it. It wasn't my choice. It was forced upon me by the life itself. Now with the house, it's only first floor, baby. That's it. No more going upstairs to just put groceries in the fridge. Nobody do. And the car is right there. I always have my parking spot. And I have a garage. So I can do my own car repair. So which I have already bought a bunch of tools to start changing my own brakes and maybe some little modifications here and there in some very long future. I'd love to pimp out this cruise. I'm gonna put a nice aftermarket turbo and I'm gonna make it real nice and add some colors to it. It's gonna be a nice race car in the street. It's gonna be a sleeper. That's what it's gonna be. And yep, it's fun. Home ownership, man. 10 out of 10. So far, payments are going to be high, but all that money, it's actually for me and nobody else. This time, nobody else. All that money that I've been in apartments for 4 years, who knows? Probably close up to $80,000 by now. They're all gone into the wind. And if it was my house like it is now, those $80,000 are mine. Once the house is complete, it is mine. Lovely, beautiful, incredible, love it. You know what I did? Here's an idea. I stopped all those negative videos. I stopped watching the news. I mean, I'm doing it now, but less. But like back then, when I was doing that challenge and I stopped watching negative news, dude, that changed my life. No news, no video games. For 18 days is all it took. I completely locked in. Damn, was I locked in, my man. Locked in as ever. And you know what? That was incredible. That's why I was able to buy the house, because I wasn't listening to all that negative stuff, which I have been listening for a long, long time. I have always been listening to all that negative stuff. I've been like, yeah, it's impossible to own a house. The prices are crazy. And they were, in fact, they definitely 100% were. And they still are. But I think I found a good deal, thinking that it's still going to go up no matter what, and the economy is still going to go to shit no matter what. So my dollar is going to be worth less no matter what. So if everything is going to shitsaputsu, might as well get in debt with a nice something tangible house. That is, and sadly, sad to say, it's an investment nowadays. It shouldn't be. It should just be a thing that you have, like a right. But no, you don't have that. And back in the day, they were thinking of writing in the Constitution the right to property, but instead they wrote the pursuit of happiness because they knew something. They knew something. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit. Ain't nobody entitled to property. That's what they. There maybe some historian out there that knows why they did that change, but the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America was going to say that we had the right to property. Something, the right of assembly, the right of religion, and the right to property. But they instead said the right to uh, pursuit of happiness. Silly one. Very poetic. Quite odd, too, to say. I guess they say you don't have the right to own shit. But then they thought maybe it's a little communistic if we do say that you have the right to own property, and we're gonna get some people like I'm on some handouts and stuff. I'm like, work your ass off. And honestly, it's horrendous. Horrendous. I'm still gonna say that it's not easy. It's not easy. By a miracle of the Lord, I'm able to own a house. And a lot of years of preparation, like way too many years of preparation, exaggeratedly amount years of preparation. This shouldn't be this hard. That's what I'm going to say. Shouldn't be this hard, but it was. I essentially had enough money to buy my childhood home in one single payment. Back in the day when my parents bought it. When my parents bought that house, it took them 15 years to pay it off. All right? When I had to buy this house, I could have bought my parents' home back 15, 20 years ago in one single payment. I had to save up that much. Yeah, think about that. Think about that. Took them 15 years. It could have taken me one payment. Now, oh boy. Now the house I buy, and there's no way you're going to ever see that price again. The house that my parents bought, never, ever, ever at that price range. That's long gone, forgotten, destroyed. People are getting smarter. Competition is getting tougher. That's something you got to learn here. This Free Idea podcast. Competition is getting tougher and smarter, not dumber. But also, at the same time, competition is getting a lot easier. So what do I mean by that? Let me further explain myself. Competition right now is super duper smart because everybody out here doing college and everybody out here has the internet. More than anything is the internet. Forget the college. College sucks. But the internet. Everybody has access to the most biggest YouTuber that talks about this and that. Everybody has access to information left and right about any subject you want. Anything. You want to start up your business, this and that. You want to learn about silver and gold. You want to know which investment is the best. You want to learn this, learn that. The library has never been easier. YouTube is the new era of libraries. It's all videos and people teaching you for free, and they get paid in some odd way that nobody knows how they get paid, but they do. So the competition is incredible. Now there's so much financial help out there that even the poorest of the poorest minds will learn a thing or two about saving and what do you call it, compound interest. But which is why I think, and I'm going to assume rightly so, things are getting more expensive. One thing is inflation. Another thing is that people are getting smarter and they're charging more. Oh yeah, there's more competition, actually less competition. And we all want more, and we're getting better at negotiating. We're getting better at selling. We're increasing prices, and we're all a monopoly. We're all talking to each other and fixing prices left and right. So things are more expensive. I'm sorry, but knowledge comes with a curse. Then why do I say that competition is easier? Sorry, harder? Because you're competing against all these smart cookies like me that are saving for years and years and years to buy a house in an impossible time, which is not even, nobody has hope to buy a house. And sincerely, I didn't either. I was just I did a combination of hard work and luck. I created my own luck by working hard. Working hard for a long time. It sucked ass, but all I needed was the opportunity. And finally, the opportunity presented itself, and I grabbed it by the balls. So, yeah, you're competing against people like me. So now, what am I going to say? I'm going to say next is, why is competition getting easier? Oh boy, hear me out. And this is my biggest knuckle grinding my gears. Competition right now is addicted to gambling, addicted to porn, addicted to mindless scrolling, addicted to video games, addicted to TikTok. Anything in the blank, put in there. Addicted to anything. So damn easy. Addicted to your phone 9 hours a day on the phone. Competition has never been easier. People barely know how to read. These new gens of the U.S. Public education is failing them, and they are failing themselves. To be honest, they're failing themselves. Public education does suck, but um, you know, we're all part of the public education. The successful people and the unsuccessful people, we're all part of the same system. So I'm gonna say they failed themselves. In fact, I achieved despite of how bad education was, but I still took advantage of it and learned and blah 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 blah. Some of us are made for it, some of us are not. That's not the case. Don't matter. All I'm trying to say is being motivational here. It's about you. Do not fail yourself. Work for you. Work for you. Make the ugly situation work for you. One way or another, you gotta make it work for you, and believe in yourself. But that's the competition you're going against. Addicted people who for 10 hours a day are destroying their lives. There's nothing else. For some of them don't even have hobbies. Um, some of them don't even have talents. They don't have an itch to life. Some of them are out there committing crime and getting jailed early. Some of them are getting jailed too late. And some of them are not even aware they're 40 anymore. And that time has passed. And maturity doesn't come with age, but it comes with experience and a mindset of growth. That is your competition. So, for that reason, it's much easier. If you know how to read, you're above the competition. If you know how to stay away from your phone, you're above the competition. In fact, if you don't even use the phone more than an hour a day for anything, scrolling, doom scrolling, dude, you're even above me in that competition. But it's not just about that one thing, but others. If you're not even an alcoholic, you're 100 times ahead of the competition. You hear what I'm saying here? And even if you're like, perfect individual that has no addictions, watch out because you do have an addiction. Everybody does. It's difficult. Just manage it. It just doesn't look like your typical one. It's not like alcoholism that it's easy to see. It could be lots of video games, lots of scrolling, lots of doing nothing, laziness, fear. I'm just, going up beyond. There's things that you wouldn't even know they're addictive that they are. Procrastination can be real addictive, man. So addictive, so good. Feels so good to get something done after a month of knowing you had to do it. And you finally did it. But competition is out there, unfortunately. As the world gets smarter, your smart competition is getting even smarter and more difficult. And your easy competition is getting dumber and way easier. And then you get the people that are just like lucky or don't even fit any mold, where they didn't follow any of the rules of life that were built to you. Get a job, get at this, get at that, and then you'll be successful. There's people that do everything wrong, every single thing, not even put their shoes the right way, and they're richer than you. And they will live a happy life and they will die a happy person. This is what your grandma said when she said that life is unfair. And there'll be somebody who does everything right, absolutely everything right, every single little thing to top notch, making their bed spotless, and everything in their life is spotless. And they're working cleaning toilets, which is nothing bad about it. In fact, man, I've dreamed about cleaning some toilets, real nice and not stressful. A little nasty, not for everybody. And probably, in fact, now I must say that people that clean toilets probably get paid more than people that go to college. So my point is, with the toilet analogy, is that I forgot what I was talking about. Dang it! I went too deep into the rabbit hole of the toilet. I forgot what I was talking about. I was about to say something real smart and convincing, and I was about to motivate you to do a 360 by your life and just become a hardworking individual. But I just couldn't deliver you that speech. I'm sorry. So I think it was about some people do everything right. Yeah, some people do everything right, and they'll just work something that they don't like to work. They'll be somewhere in life they don't like to be, and life will be super unfair. And I've been there. I've been there. And finally, finally, hard work found opportunity. Finally, luck found its way to me. Finally. And yes, I am a believer of luck. I'm a believer of it's not your time yet. Luck comes when it's your time. But you got to prepare and be ready for when it comes knocking, and that's it. But luck is a thing. I hate the fact that it is a thing, but it is a thing. It is a thing. Some people call it following your calling. Some people call it following God's way. Uh, but when you dig deep into those, it's always about working hard, and then the reward or the opportunity comes later, holding off, things like that. But mine finally came. And even then, it could not be, I hope it is. I hope it is. I could lose that house in 2 weeks. Who knows? Something random, a volcano explodes under it, gas pipe, who knows? Um, the government wants tax money that somehow I never got the letter for it. It's gone. I never received any notice, and it's gone. Just like that one YouTuber that he did everything in the paper to pay his taxes. And then all of a sudden he got arrested for tax evasion. And nobody ever notified him. He was paying like probably millions of dollars in taxes, and they got him for something that for him was pennies. And he's fighting that fight. Never notified. So it sucks. It really does suck. Things like that could happen. But that's life. That's life. All I can say is competition has never been easier, never harder, and also never the most unfair as it is now. Extremely unfair, I'll tell you. Extremely unfair. Can you hear that I'm still butthurt about it? Because I am. I still am. This should not have taken this long. It should not have taken this long. But that's how it is. This is life now. Fact, I have a trash collector right next to me. There was a time that I was dreaming of getting that job. Here they get government insurance and government holidays, and then they get pretty good pay. I don't know what the pay is, but government has been stepping up their game on those salaries. Yeah, get benefits, good payment. Yeah. And even that job I couldn't get. I bet you I couldn't. I never applied because even I didn't know where to apply for it. But I did apply for some government job that paid $17. I didn't even get it. Didn't even get it. So yeah, it's weird how life is. So my free idea of today, if there's anything, is life is unfair. Get used to it and just work as hard as you can. Competition is never been easier. And rising above it is hella hard. It has never been easier. Just work hard now, tomorrow, anytime, and Your time will come. Don't wait for luck, but do wait for luck. Just prepare for when it comes. It will come, hopefully one day. And if I may say, have some fun in the meantime. Um, I'm just looking here at the traffic. That's weird. We got a huge traffic jam right here. And an ambulance just turned on its lights and went on its way. So that tells me something. Um, have fun. If there was something I wish I could have done, and it's super easy to say, not to do, is to just enjoy the process of suffering. Uh, and I don't even believe what I'm saying right now. I really don't. Because right now I'm suffering. I am. I've done so much in the past 2 months that my body has felt so much stress, intense stress. I've been the stressedest I've ever been in my life. Never have I ever juggled so many balls in my life. So much things going on at the same time. My stress limits were pushed. And I'm feeling the aftermath of that. My body heart races out of nowhere, getting anxiety attacks for no reason when I never in my life had them. No matter how much I get done in my life, no matter how much I accomplish, how much I even get done in the day, this sweetheart of mine doesn't stop feeling fear and anxiety. Oh, what? Who knows? That's what happens to your body when it's stressed out for way too long. Chronic stress, I'll call it. And I'm paying that price. And I'm sure that there is a way to enjoy the process. And I wish I could enjoy the process, but this damn silly anxiety out of nowhere comes in. So there's a price. There is a price. And it's not what you think it is. I thought the price was to give up, hobbies and a life and just be bored out of your mind every day, and barely going out and spending money. I thought that was the price. It turns out the price is a hell of a lot of anxiety, uncontrollable. That's it. On top of everything else, I said. So it is not lonely at the top. It's just anxious out there at the top. Weird feeling, very weird. I'll get out of it. It's just probably my body responding in its own way. You know, probably some good old grandma advice. Eat your veggies, do exercise, and get out of your phone would do enough to make me feel better. I bet you that's what it is. But it's hard to stay away from a phone. It's hard to eat healthy and not eat that delicious pie. And it's hella hard not to play video games and don't scroll on the phone. That one is super duper hard. Damn, do I love just scrolling on my phone. Incredible. Incredible. But you know what I've learned? Which is a dumb thing to say, but here's another free idea for you. Your body, brain recuperates and heals much better and quicker and easier if you're not scrolling on your phone. If you just lay in bed and stop using your phone, do nothing. Even if you're like not sleepy, like you're stressed out, you want to sleep and you probably have to sleep, can't, just go to bed and lay there, and that's it. Just close your eyes or have them open, I don't care. But just don't do anything. Nothing. Your brain actually heals from that. It uses that time of nothingness to heal from the day. It just does what brain does. But if you're constantly scrolling, your brain is actually active. Your arm is active. Your fingers, everything is active. And it doesn't really rest. So you end up feeling horrible and anxious and all these things that you shouldn't be feeling. But you are. So sometimes it's okay to just do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. I'm not going to drive you crazy and say, do that every day, because fuck that. I'm not the type of person that likes meditation. I hate meditation. And that's probably why I need it. Because I can't stay just doing nothing. 5 minutes, no, 3 minutes will feel like an eternity. 3 minutes will feel like an hour if I'm just doing nothing for 3 minutes. Horrible. That probably really tells me that I need to do it. I see where my anxiety is coming from. I need to stop. I need to stop and do nothing. See, this is why this podcast is incredible therapy for me. Incredible. And now that I have over an hour, way over an hour of drive home, this podcast, probably is going to be longer. Maybe I can do it more often. I don't always have ideas. I'd love to always have ideas for you guys, but sometimes, sometimes the free idea is just about ideas, not about inventions like a machine or something that you mold into a piece of clay and art. Sometimes it's just the idea of competition, the idea of luck, the idea of hard work. Sometimes it's just what I've been going through and what I'm feeling like, and it's a little bit of a journal of one human being in this world that's just a working little ant in his job and his life. His typical life. Bob, who goes to work and goes home and has healthy family and then wakes up to work some more. And you know what I've learned? Bob's boring life, it's hella blessed. It is not even boring. You think it's boring, but it's not. For that man to have a family, dude, not everybody does. Just to start right there, not everybody's married happily. Some of them are married by gunpoint or married by the taxes or by the fear of losing a house or married for the children or married just to not be single. But some of these marriages, and then family, some people are missing one partner and have kids all on their own, and that's tough. That's tough. Not saying that that's bad because we make it work. People make it work. But if you thought, Bob's life, your typical guy that works every day. In fact, let's think about it. That person has a job. This economy, a job is blessing. No matter what it is. Even if it pays you minimum wage, even if it pays you below minimum wage, a job will keep you from killing yourself with drugs. I mean, some jobs will, introduce you to drugs, but some of them you'll need drugs. Yeah, I guess I gotta retry what I said, but my point was that as long as your hands are doing something, you keep yourself from driving yourself crazy. It's people without jobs that are hit much harder. When you don't have a job, you start gaining weight, you start just eating and sleeping, your schedule gets wonky, you wake up at 2, you sleep at 5. That's weird. Or you wake up at 2 p.m. and the day is almost over. You sleep at 3 a.m. You don't really have an aim, kind of just getting by barely. You have a higher chance to just not make it in life or have perhaps have a happy life. Still, remember there's always that one person that will do everything wrong and everything life will be a success. That will happen. But majority is not gonna be like that. Majority, no. So having a job is just good. Good for your health. If you don't have a job, then at least have a routine, something, a hobby to keep you busy, just something. So yeah, having a job, it's a blessing. Having a healthy family is a blessing. Having a full family where the mom and dad are present is beyond a blessing. It just is. And on top of that, having a large family, that too is a blessing. The older I get and the more people I meet, the more I start to notice that Life is very different for other people. Very, well, very, very, very different. Very different. So, and even then, if you don't have all the blessings in the world, you still have some. You always have some. You have yourself. You have your health. You have your four limbs. You have your two legs and your two arms. Hopefully. And if you don't, there's technology for that now, and it costs, but yeah, it could work. It could work with something. And so it's always something to be blessed about, or you live in a good place. Uh, you have this, you have that. It's almost never the case where your life is just bad. I mean, I bet there's, but the people I'm talking to, the people that are listening to this podcast, uh, yeah, I don't think you're that type of person that your life is just bad, bad. Because you probably have a phone or a computer or something, and you're listening probably while doing dishes or driving. But that means that you have a place you live in, or a job, or a car, or something, or you're going somewhere. So it ain't that bad. I know my audience. I know my audience. So yeah, even if you just count your blessings, that's it. Just count them up. Work hard. Life may feel unlucky, and it probably is. I'm gonna tell you it's not. But just work for yourself, so that when luck shows up, when opportunity comes, you can go ahead and open that door. Imagine life is, um, imagine where you want to go is a door, and it's full of different locks and different keys. And the more work you do, the more the more keys you get, and you can open those locks. But then there's always one key or two that are purely based on luck and nothing else. That's it. That's all it is. And but there's a trick to it. There's a little, monkey's paw about it. Once you get that lucky key, if you don't open that door right away in the next 10 days, let's just say that, I'm just putting a number out there, that key is going to disappear, and you're going to have to wait for it all over again. And you never know. It could take another 5 years or 10 or never. It could just be like that. Let me just take a turn right here. All right. It could be just like that. So our work is you getting all those other keys that open all the other locks. And then all you have to do is maintain those keys. And when the lucky key comes in, that is the only lock you have left. And once you open that lock, you open that door and you get through it right away. You don't even wait for it to lock itself. You don't even know if it's possible for it to lock itself, but you don't even take a chance. You just go right through it. And that's because you work hard getting all those other locks unlocked, all those keys. That's what luck is. That's what hard work is, in my opinion. Um, we all have different life perspectives here. But that's mine. This one is mine. This one I keep close to me. And I wish it wasn't that way, but it certainly does feel like it's that way. There's just so much you can do. And the rest is not in your hands. That's why I say some people go for the Lord. Some people say the rest is in the Lord's hands. Some people say it's the universe. Others say it's Lady Luck. I'm a believer of all of them. All of them. God is that luck. And that's just how it goes. It's not your time. But prepare for when it is, so that when it is, you'll fly right through. And do I wish I had more fun doing it? A little bit. A little bit. Would I have so much anxiety if I knew it? Yeah, but it's so much easier to say it than do it. If I knew that my life was going to be a success, I probably have more fun instead of stress, but nobody knows that. Nobody ever knows that. So it's hard. It's really hard to let go of that anxiety and fear. But the Lord takes care of us. Um, even if you know, something terrible happens, the Lord is still with us. So let's just enjoy what we have, because we don't know. Maybe this sad life that we're living, it could get sadder. It could always get sadder. If you think it's bad to not have a job, wait till you don't have a roof. And then if you think it's bad not having a roof, wait till you lose a leg and not have a roof. That's really suck. Uh, that I'm exaggerating, but that's what I mean. Just getting my point across. It could always get worse. No, damn, ooh, this traffic is getting longer and longer. I think I'm doing now an hour and 20 minutes instead of an hour and 10. Oh, boy. Yep, today's not the day. It's a lot of traffic and a lot of rain. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Thank goodness I still have my podcasting. I enjoy it. I love it. It's good therapy. I ain't going to push it if I don't have to push it, but, I do have an hour. I do. I do. So let's throw some free mechanical ideas in there. How about that? How about I sprinkle some good ideas? Some really good ideas. Um, some drones and bridges and this and that. You know what a cool thing would be in the US? Instead of highways, trains. But damn, that's pretty high. Looking at the electrical and towers and the highway that goes like 4 floors up in the sky, and they're almost touching each other. And I thought those towers were massive, but that bridge is making it look small. Yeah. How about a school bus that is self-driving and it just picks up your kid? How about 1,000 school buses that just pick up kids all day long and drop them off at school? Huh? How about a modular school bus that breaks up into little school buses and picks up all your kids singularly? How about a drone that's a school bus and your kid gets on it and takes him to school? Now that is fun because you're merging a flying kid into the sky and trusting a government drone to take him to school safely. Yeah. School shooters are gonna get way scary. You're gonna be shooting from the sky. All right, let's see right here. I gotta make a little quick stop. Let the Bandetti truck pass by. Oh, is that a double tough trucks 0 miles? What is that? Oh, they're advertising a truck. Double tough. Yeah. Damn, it's like I'm going to Lockhart right now. Lockhart is 4. Yeah, we need to do something with school buses. I'm pretty sure that's old tech. Could we do better than a bus? Yeah, a drone, rocket ship from Elon Musk. You gotta put all them kids in the rocket ship and fly them to school. That way they're never late. How about a subterranean tunnel just for kids? That's fun. Just tunnels all over the country. And this tunnel is right in front of your house. Like every house has a tunnel. And you just drop them off into the tunnel and they make their way to school. The tunnel leads to the school. That is gonna be hella creepy. So many things will go wrong with that idea. So many things. On top of it being weird, but you're gonna have some drug dealing in there. You're gonna have some hood rats in there, and rats as well. You're gonna have some shady stuff going in those dark tunnels. What if I were to say that you can light them up real nice and have security all over the place? But I mean, you can walk your kid through the tunnel. How about that? Or just like Elon Musk, right? Put a car in that tunnel. Put a school bus in that tunnel. Now that's better. Well, how about a tunnel where only school buses go through, and when not in use, only city buses go through. So you make it so that only the school uses it between 8 and 9 a.m. and then getting sleepy over here. It's getting dark. And then you use it. Uh, again, the school uses it at 5 p.m. to 4 or 6, and then the city uses it for the rest of the time when school is not in operation. That is pretty good, and that way you cut all the traffic. Some European guys gonna be like, "Oh, can we just do train?" Like, no, sir, this is America. We don't do trains here, sir. No. Go to China. They have bullet trains over there. Go to Japan. They have bullet trains. We are a civilized nation. We used only the car. That's it. We go the extra mile and build tunnels underground. The only buses operate, and the occasional drug dealer and slave trader. But only in that, just buses. Oh, Lord. Can I get any more sarcastic in here? Here's an idea. Sarcasm detector. Why haven't we created that yet? We made a lie detector. We made a lie detector. We basically can tell when people are being what is a cool word for liars? They're just being liars. They're just being like, did you murder somebody? And they go, nope. And I say, sir, it says here that you did murder somebody. Oh, shit. So we can make lie detectors with all this super advanced technology that we have. Can we make sarcasm detectors? That'll be funny. That'll be funny. And then I will make a rule when I'm a ruler of the US and the world that every office has to have a sarcasm detector. Every office has to have it. And every school teacher needs to provide a sarcasm detector in his classroom. Because boy, oh boy. That student would be like, sir, I didn't know. Are we having a test today? And there's like a huge letter on the board that says test. And then you go, no, today we're actually just having a free day. And then this little alarm will go, wee, wee, wee. Sarcasm detected. Boy, that's a funny one. Offices could have that. You know who else needs a good sarcasm detector? Retail. How about retail? You go to a mechanic and you go, are you guys a mechanic? And they just look around at all their tools and tire inflators and cars up in the sky being lifted. And then they go, no, sir, we make donuts in here. But those poor retailers. I mean, I used to work at retail. And yeah. Yeah, I know. You really get some questions that are like, you go to a coffee shop and they're like, do you have coffee? And I'm like, no, sir, we don't make coffee here. We just kind of prepare it so that it smells like coffee, but we don't really make it. We don't serve coffee here. We just kind of have the vibes of a coffee shop so people can order one and just sit there in their computers. But we don't really use it for drink or anything. So we don't make coffee. And then that alarm is gonna go crazy. Sarcasm detect. What other kind of detection devices can we make? Let's think and ponder and think some more. What other detecting devices can we make? I don't know. I feel like this should have been another podcast. Here's an idea for myself. make this podcast shorter. I can probably make 2 episodes in one car ride, just to split it up. Who wants to listen to 44 minutes of me starting about how I got a house, and they have to get through all that motivational speaking just to get to my sarcasm detector idea. You should just make it easier and make 2 videos. So you can choose. You can choose. You want to hear me brag about, or you want to hear some detectors out here. Um, the sarcasm detector would be great. That's an excellent catch. If anybody out there in the TikTok short video community wants to talk about this, and don't even call me. Just take this idea and do it yourself. Strap somebody into a machine that looks exactly like the lie detector. You just have a little funny script where he goes like, "Sir, are you being sarcastic right now? Do you really have an elephant in your pocket?" I'm like, "Yes, I do. I actually chopped it up in pieces and put it in my pocket until it fits. In fact, I have one in my fridge." And then "Sir, this lie detector is detecting that you're being sarcastic." I'm like, "No. How am I being sarcastic right now? I literally have an elephant. In fact, I just have a squirrel in my pants right now. Wee, wee, wee. So you gotta stop being sarcastic with us and tell us the truth." Oh, really? I thought I was here for a free hotel service. I didn't know we were being questioned. What the hell? So you're welcome. There it is. A doodly doo. This podcast has been gone for a long time. Thank you very much for listening. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet right there at 46 minutes, and I'll probably follow my own great free idea and make a second podcast after this. But thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.